Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be swapping out the headlights or the bulbs on this 2018 Nissan Pathfinder, and what we've got with us today are these LED lights from Auxito. They actually messaged me, sent these out, said hey, try them out. They seen the Pathfinder videos, wanted to see how I liked them, so they shipped them out to us, so big thanks to these guys. If you're wondering, you can see it's marked on the side of the box. These are all the different kinds of bulbs you can get from these guys. This specific set is H11. If you look on the back, you've got your number. Hopefully that picks up on there. If you want to pick these up for your own car, this is what you're looking for. So we're going to swap these out with the two that are in there. I'll show you how to do that. We're going to get out, do a little before drive on the street, and also you'll get a little view on the wall here when I do it, just so I can align these properly when we're done. So we're going to do that in the video as well. All right, so in the box you get a pair of gloves, because with any LED light you try to not touch it as much as you can. So they send you gloves. You can manhandle it a little worse. Don't have to worry about the oils from your fingers ruining the bulb. You got your little booklet. It comes with a couple zap straps and your little tiny Allen key in there. That's to adjust them at the end. I'll show you that when we get to that point. And then of course I'm not going to take them out of here because, like I said, you want to try to not get your fingers all over them. But you've got your two LED bulbs, and the reason that comes with zap straps is because if you look on the back here, just because the wire is a little bit on the long side, because they got to put everything together in there to make the LEDs work on here, they give you the 2 or 4 little tiny straps just to tuck it up nice, make your work look neat when you're all done. All right, so now inside the vehicle, what I'm going to do when I install these is I'm going to pull back in the garage like I am now, and we're going to turn on the lights just like so. I'm going to actually put a little marker on the wall on each side so I know what height to level the new bulbs at. So once I get back from the drive, pull in, don't move the car, make a little mark on the wall, put the new ones in, turn the lights back on like we are now, adjust them where they gotta go, and you shouldn't be blinding anybody too badly when you're driving around with these things. And if you're wondering, when you sit back, as if you're driving, in this vehicle anyways, it's just slightly above the dash. So that's what we're aiming for once they're in there. But this gives you a little idea of how bright the stock ones are. Of course, high beams will get a little brighter, but this is just your standard bulbs. So we will get out on the road, show you how it looks outside. All right, so this is about the darkest road I could find. You can see just how bright these stock ones are. We'll come down the same road here in a few minutes once we get the new bulbs in place. This just gives you an idea of how wide and how far down the road your lights actually go, stock lights. And then again, so your high beams, you can see it lights it up quite a bit more, but we will see exactly how these new bulbs look. So let's get back to the garage and get them in. All right, so we're back in the garage. Headlights are off, but what I did is, you can see the markers on the wall. I just put a piece of tape across where the brightest portion is, and the piece of tape going up is where the brightest. You can kind of see where the bulb is specifically aimed. Obviously the light expands, but where the bulb is pointed is where I put the piece horizontal or vertically. And you can see I did the same on that side. So there and there are where your headlights are pointed at right now, where the vehicle sits. So we'll swap them out, aim it for that point again, and then you should be good to go. But to get these out, again, this is a 2018 Nissan Pathfinder. Push this out of the way. You can see the little green clip. Don't mix them up. This is your turn signal and your high beams. Your actual headlight is back here in the corner. And it's got this little tab. I'm not sure if you can really see that, but all you gotta do is lift it, push, and you can see how easily that comes undone. Put your connector to the side, take the bulb, give it a twist, and she pulls right out. Again, if you've been driving the vehicle, pay attention. These might be a little hot, but you can see comes right out. And then of course for the passenger side, same idea. You got your high beams and turn signal there, and your actual headlight, again, it's just behind the little rubber thing. You can see the green, and same idea. Just put your thumb in there, open it up, give it a push. She drops out, turn it. This one will turn towards the outside of the vehicle. And again, she pops right out. You can grab your new ones, get them in. All right, so these are them out of the package. The gloves are a little bit small, but they stretch. I've managed to get my hands in there, so not the end of the world. They do work. But you can see this is your LED bulb. It's all set to go. Plug and connector is the same, so it should pop back in no problem. I'm not going to film this part because when you're doing this, you don't want to bump it around. The less stuff that gets on that bulb, the longer these will last. If you touch it, especially with fingers or any dirt, or bump it on something, they're going to burn out way sooner than they should. The box says these things have a 50,000 hour life, so the less you touch them, the better you're going to be. Also keep in mind with these type of LED bulbs, they do have the fan here in the back, so once these are in and running in the vehicle, you will most of the time hear these things spinning a little bit. It's not super loud. I'm sure when I get to that point, the camera will pick it up more than your ears actually will. But, you know, we're in a quiet garage like this. With your hood closed, you might hear them humming a little bit, but don't freak out. That's normal. It's just the bulb doing what it's supposed to do to keep itself in good shape and running for the hours they're supposed to run for. All right, so here's a little before and after for you guys. You can see stock LED, and you can see the tape. These things are lined up perfectly, so I don't have to adjust them at all. It's sat perfect, exactly where the other one sits. You can see what I mean now, where I kind of put it, the brightest spot is where the tape is. You can see again, obviously it's way brighter with the LED, but sits perfect. If you come in here now, you can probably hear this thing running. It's not super loud, but you can hear the fan going. Keep these things cool while they're in there. You don't have to worry about anything overheating and ruining the lifespan of these things. You can tell just from the front of the vehicle. We'll get it outside, of course, once I get the other side in. But just how much brighter these things actually are compared to stock. All right, so here we are back in the car. They're both installed. You can see once we turn them on. There you go, just how much it brightens up the whole garage. You might notice that from the beginning of the video as well. And again, if you stay back here, they are lined up where it was. Of course, being brighter, it might look like it's a little bit fatter on both sides, but when you're actually sitting here, the line does just stay straight across the dash like we were before. So that's all the same. They were perfectly aligned. I didn't have to adjust anything at all. They popped in, twisted into place. They are a little bit snug compared to the stock ones. You got to give them a little bit of a harder turn to pop them in, but that's all, and that's not a bad thing. I'd rather these fit snug than loose. So you can see that's just what you're looking at. We'll get outside, we'll go for a drive and show you exactly how they look on the road. All right guys, back on the same road as the beginning of the video. You can see the brightness is night and day compared to those other bulbs. Definitely goes wider to each side of the road. Distance wise, not too much further, but that is because they are aimed the same. So no matter how bright they are, whether they're aimed high or low, is going to depend how far down the road you see. But you can see it's not quite a high beam. They do make high beam bulbs like this as well. But for our install video today, they did just send us your basic headlights, so we don't have to worry about that. But if you're looking to do both, this company, Auxito, does indeed make a high beam as well. And once we get past this truck, you can see when we flick the high beams on, it is still a little bit brighter. I don't know if you can really pick that up in the video. It does go wider and further down the road. That being, they are bright bulbs and they are aimed differently compared to your headlights. But compared to stock, I would say definitely an improvement and worth the extra few bucks if you're looking to upgrade, or if your bulbs happen to burn out, it's an option to order them up and just replace them with LEDs instead of your standard bulbs. So there you have it guys, another install done. The fan is going because the garage door was open. Hopefully that's not too loud right now, but if you want a set of these bulbs for yourself, go in the description, I'll put them down there for you. And like I said, these are just the low beams. They do make high beams, turn signals, they got brake lights, they got all sorts of stuff for all sorts of vehicles. So whether you're watching this specifically for the 2018 Pathfinder or this model of Pathfinder, or you're looking at other vehicles as well, they do make something for almost every vehicle out there. And as always, if you want to see more with this vehicle, And with the Frontier here, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos. And hopefully we catch you guys in the next one. So thanks for watching, everybody.